I was misunderstood because of my own disability. I was diagnosed as having Asperger's syndrome. High school was a little torturesome. I don't think that they were seeking to understand. They would just want me to go with the flow. And because of it, I withdrew. How can you change a person and make them into something that they're not? Before I got to MLC, I was living in a group home for 6 months.
He wasn't growing at all. He wasn't,
stagnant.
It was a routine. It was a rut. So you get phone calls almost nightly for a while. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Can't stand it.
They did not anticipate me to be as independent as I was.
Mom is miserable and I'm miserable because we don't know what to do with him. We've been told by experts that he needs to not live at home anymore.
My mom had said, why don't you take a look at this? MLC caters to people that have learning disabilities or autism or Asperger's spectrum disorders. I felt welcome there. For the first time in my life, I felt free. The people, friends, acquaintances, programs, environment, it all kind of comes together.
It just came clear to me in a flash that people do not outgrow their learning disabilities, but who is thinking about the next 60 years of their adult lives? I want these kids to feel as if they have the world at their fingertips, just as we want for other kids.
The tools are there,
the
staff is there, and I get the feeling that everybody who works down there genuinely cares about each kid.
Humans are social creatures, and they need each other. At MLC, I have more friends than I do acquaintances.
This is a place where you can make friends, and when you have friendships, your life changes. Then you can develop confidence in yourself, and if you have confidence, then you can really start moving along in the world.
They gave me a venue of sorts to be myself without having to worry about the stereotypes of the rest of the world.
I think the program is excellent for them.
There's the cooking and the cleaning and the balancing the checkbook and all those things that he's pretty much aced.
There is 411, which is basically a class where you just try to have fun in it. The MLC Today show. They have a production, which is where they actually go and do the show with transportation class and transportation lab. They were affording us the capability to be able to go down into the cities on our own. It's difficult because there's more streets to have to deal with, there's more confusion. I'd say it's a pretty big deal, because if you're able to go on your own places, it just means that you have that much more freedom to go and do as you see fit. One of my favorite courses is senior cooking. Basically, you kind of host a little miniature dinner party.
I think of where he's come from, what he's accomplished. He's come so far. So far.
There are some aspects of me that have grown. There are other aspects of me that have yet to grow, and I'm working on those.
I would feel comfortable now if he had an apartment on his own.
I am glad that I made the decision to attend MLC.
Before I came to MLC, I was shy, did not have any friends, and I just kept quiet to myself.
Annalisa always dreamt of going to college. That was always in her plan.
She didn't know anything else.
No.
That's what her parents had done. That's what her aunts and uncles had done. That's what her cousins had done. Mm-hmm. She expected to go to college. Mm-hmm. And I did not know how to tell her that that probably wasn't going to happen. I just never had the heart until
Annalisa was accepted into Minnesota Life College.
And they just seemed to have a wonderful way of engaging her.
I really liked it. I thought that was the perfect spot for me to be at. I knew I would be safe there and not be lonely, and I would actually have friends right away. I liked the classes that they had there, and the students and the staff were communicating very well.
I was at that first day of parent orientation when I started talking with other parents. Lo and behold, for the first time in my life, I was with parents who understood my child, and I understood their child, and though the learning disabilities were different, it was like for the first time, I don't have to explain my kid. I remember going home that first night, and I said, wow, I hope Annalisa likes this because I'm going to sleep good tonight.
I was a little shy at first, but then I got into my apartment with my roommates, and we sat down and talked for a while, get to know each other, and then we all came to loving each other. We were like, I would say kind of like a family, mostly.
They teach independent living skills, grocery shopping, which I love to hear. She was washing her clothes by herself. She was cooking.
She is truly a very independent person who relies on us for very, very little.
When Annalisa was living with us before high school, if she would go shopping by herself, she always took a $20 bill, knowing that her purchase would be less than $20, but if she gave a $20 bill, she'd always receive change.
I have worked at Walgreens for 8 years now. Now that I'm a cashier, I know how to count back to the customer on the change.
And one night I just asked her, how much money did you count tonight? Thousands of dollars. And I just said, wow, that's great.
It's a long ways.
She's come a long ways.
I mean, could you have seen yourself doing what you're doing now back before you came to MLC?
No, I could not have. I could not have seen myself at a job.
When a student gets a job, the whole place celebrates. Everybody claps through Minnesota Life College and then beyond into the graduate living community. Your child will be able to come home every day to a group of true friends, to a life of laughter and fun and recreation, and will be able to have employment support and can live a successful life.
When you bring people together under an umbrella and others care for them, treat them with respect and focus on what they're good at, it's amazing what can happen.
MLC has made Annalisa who she is.
Yeah. She has her life, and that's what we want.
And what does it feel like to have that independence right now?
Really nice. It's nice to be on my own and stuff.
There's just not programs like this. And that's why people are coming from all over the country. We got tremendous support, but it took so much longer to start that program and get it going than we had planned. And because these students are all individual.
It's expensive. We have our gala where we try to earn as much money as possible to give us scholarships.
If you invest the money in the front end, you're hoping to change a life.